All right, y'all, welcome back to Keepin the Comic, and we're diving back into the Ultimates here with issue number 6. And this is where we finally get to see the full Ultimates team assemble. And they do it against Ultimate Hulk and his full team as well. And listen, Ultimate Hulk in this one is absolutely insane. And unfortunately, this one ends tragically here for the Ultimates team. So we pick up on Tony Stark here talking to the team. He's letting them know that they're going on a rescue mission. How 2 weeks ago, he was able to crack the Maker's Council's internal communication system, which showed him that they had a location, which is a damage control black site that is holding over a dozen super powered prisoners. How these prisoners are still alive, and due to the council getting nervous about the recent Ultimates activities, that they have scheduled an execution for these prisoners tomorrow. And then listen, we get this really cool shot here of the full Ultimates team, which includes the Human Torch, the android version that Tony Stark brought back online, who apparently killed Hitler, by the way, which apparently was a really important detail for us to know. We also have Sif, there's Thor, there's Captain America, we got Wasp, we got Giant Man, Charlie Ramsey here as Hawkeye, we got LaJory Joanna Zakaria as She-Hulk, we got America Chavez, and of course, yours truly, Tony Stark, aka Iron Lad. Now, staying back on comms, looking out here for the team is Reed Richards, aka Doom, who apparently has a secret. Now, when they enter through the door for this rescue mission, they are shocked to not find the superpowered prisoners that they thought that they would. Instead, they find Ultimate Hulk and his crew sitting down in cheer pose, with Hulk calmly offering them tea. Now, She-Hulk, she ain't about that tea life, because remember, Bruce was the one that gamma bombed her island, killing almost everyone on the island and then turning her into She-Hulk, and who didn't die, they're living horrible lives on that island. So she screams and launches after Hulk, ignoring Captain America. So Hulk calmly steps to the side to avoid the blow, because all She-Hulk is showing right now is rage, while this Hulk has mastered his way of dealing with rage. Also, Hulk, if you look at his hands behind him, he seems to be charging up some chi. Then he forms that punch while telling She-Hulk that rage can be a devastating weapon in the right hands, as he uppercuts her with what they call an atomic iron fist, which launches her high in the sky. And when she lands, it looks like it knocks her out cold. And I gotta say, although I knew that this moment would eventually happen, I'm still not really feeling this whole Iron Fist Hulk thing. Of course, that is just mainly because of the whole chi thing, but I'm gonna let it go because honestly, Hulk was cooking in this one. So Hulk is trying to get them to drink some tea still. While he says that, you can see the shocked look on the Ultimate's faces, because he just straight up just dismantled She-Hulk, because truthfully, none of them have seen power nearly this powerful before, like anyone that's strong at this point, so it's all shocking to them. Meanwhile, another issue is happening at the same moment, because Doom has lost signal with all of the members of the Ultimates right now, which sends the team into sort of a panic. Captain America is telling everyone that they need to get out of there now, while America Chavez is realizing that they're all trapped in there, which she believes is due to some magic, which to America Chavez has to be bringing up some PTSD, considering that earlier in this series, Midas had trapped her before in the basement of the White House. So Hulk lets them know that he brought the team to heaven, the immortal city of Kunlun, how he rules all 7 of heaven's capital cities. Meanwhile, Tony's pep talk to the Ultimates is, do not be afraid, because there's 10 of us and Hulk is just one man. But I like Hawkeye's response here, because he's like, listen, yeah, one giant radioactive man. And it's at this moment where we begin to see the other people that were with Hulk. They stand up and then they begin to pull out these syringes with what I can only assume is gamma inside of them. And then they start to inject themselves with it. Now, one of them says how they are Hulk's immortal instruments. Another one says how in the shadow, all that is puny dies or is made strong. So listen, this team went through sort of a selection process to be here, you feel me? And then we get introduced to this team. We have Decay's beautiful daughter, as they call her. We got Fat Cobra. We got Uranium Brother number 235. I wonder what happened to the previous 234. Then we have the Prince of Meltdowns. Then we got the Bride of 9 Warbreakers. We got Crane, Mother of the Bomb. They make up the immortal weapons of Hulk. So in other words, basically this is the Gamma team. So once again, Captain America yells out, he's like, yo, we have to go now. And when he tries to tell Thor to open up the Bifrost, the team essentially starts getting their butts handed to them. Thor starts to get double teamed, one hitting him with a flying fusion stomp. Also, guys, they're going to be naming out a lot of the moves that this Gamma team is doing here. I'm going to do my best to name all of them, but forgive me if I don't, because listen, there's just a lot of them, okay? Now, Hulk hits Iron Lad with the thermonuclear Thunderfoot. Now, some of these names, I'm gonna be honest with you, are just funny as heck to me. Also, Hulk's like officially upset now. Human Torch is trying to burn Uranium Brother, but it's doing nothing whatsoever. While he hits Cap with the fist of Gamma Star, is what they call it, Hawkeye makes a very valid statement. He's like, yo, heaven's a lot more violent than I thought it would be. Fat Cobra tackles Giant Man while Wasp tries to come in and save him. Sif got a little cocky here. She tells Decay's daughter, she's like, hey, that was a good well struck there. With a few thousand years of practice, you might even provide a challenge, referring to the Maestro crippling crescent kick. And listen, shout out to the writer here, Dennis Camp. I saw what you did there with that name, Maestro. I saw it. Now, meanwhile, Doom is still hard at work trying to get the signal back on the Ultimates, and he's basically done it, but my question is, will it be in time? Now, we're going to be stepping into the sequence here where Iron Lad is going to be going one-on-one with Hulk, which, by the way, was never a good idea from the very beginning. Now, America Chavez, she also faces off against Bomb Mother. Listen, I forgot what her name is, okay? She sets off a Big Bang Phoenix Bomb, which was a level 18 Hiroshima level. Now, Thor gets an Atom Smash Thunderclap to the head, but at least he hit Homegirl with his hammer in the process. Now, meanwhile, Ultimate Hulk has been given this speech that I've been kind of ignoring this entire time. I mean, because listen, the art has been so good, I haven't really been focusing on it. But right now, to Iron Lad, he tells him, I will teach you about power in the real world, while he gives him the Higgs knife hand strike, then the Magton extension kick, while telling Iron Lad that he studied teachings of great enlightened masters and has reduced 5,000 years of wisdom to 3 perfect words. And those words are peace through strength. Then he continues to say that this is his message. This is a savage truth, that there are no such things as heroes. Meanwhile, Doom has now finally gained access to a visual feed through Iron Lad. Thor gets a flying fallout kick to the back. Honestly, guys, I am genuinely enjoying calling out these attacks. It kind of reminds me of like Pokemon when you're calling out an attack for like Pikachu. Not their attack. Listen, let's just leave me alone. I'm gonna move on. Listen, so Hulk goes on to say that what they have accomplished is a miracle. Out of chaos, we have made harmony, and the people love us for it. At the same time, Fat Cobra, he grabs Wasp in his hands with his fingers, and then he proceeds to eat her, which, by the way, is kind of like a callback here to when Ultimate Wasp was eaten by Blob. So nice touch there, okay? Now, at the same time, Ultimate Hulk, listen, dude smashes Iron Lad with a 2-time atomic iron fist that was a 32 Hiroshima level. I just don't know how anyone expected him to survive this at all. Like, why did the team leave him to fight Ultimate Hulk by himself? Now, listen. Now, Doom is working on some big brain stuff here, trying to connect the Stark suits to try and teleport the team back. Now, Giant Man is trying to avenge Janet. He gets big, he tries to come down on Fat Cobra with a punch, but dude ends up catching it. And then things get gross because Janet then bursts through Cobra's side, leaving a bloody mess. And I'm going to assume that Cobra is dead now, right? Like, he has to be dead now. Meanwhile, Iron Lad is still getting his crap pushed in by Hulk. Hulk recalls all the things that the Ultimates have done up until this point. Blowing up pipelines, destabilizing power grids, burning down the White House. All of this, he says, has only driven the people of the world closer to the people in power. In fact, how the Ultimates represent a threat to the status quo, which just makes the people resist them as that threat, which is not wrong because the people, with the help of the Maker's Council, just view the Ultimates as terrorists. And he mentions, like, while some will be inspired by them, most will be afraid of the chaos, afraid of the change. How in time, they'll wonder if the Ultimates truly existed or if it just wasn't an elaborate conspiracy, if they didn't truly just work for the Maker's Council all along, which in a way he supposes that the Ultimates kind of did. And in that moment, we see Ultimate Hulk take Tony in his two hands and crush Tony, although not fully, but enough. And then he lets him go and he falls all the way to the ground. Now She-Hulk, she finally is back because she just woke up, I guess, and she tackles Hulk to the ground. And then when she tries to land a punch on him, Hulk in one squeeze grabs her fist and then breaks all of her fingers. And I'm like, bro, like Ultimate Hulk, he has wrecked this entire issue so far. Like, my goodness. Now, when he gets ready to chop off She-Hulk's neck, Doom in the nick of time is able to teleport the team back to the base, stating how all hope lies in Doom. And we can see just how beaten up this team is right now. America Chavez, she asks Doom the question. She's like, yo, how? As if to say, how did he get them back? But then a voice yells out and stops her. And the voice says, no, too late. You are too late. And then we see who it was. It was She-Hulk. And she says, Iron Lad is dead, while she holds his lifeless body. Now, personally, I don't think Iron Lad will stay dead here. I think this will open up the possibility here that Tony Stark, aka Iron Lad, is Kang, which is what a lot of us assumed from reading the prequel to the series here when we saw Kang back in the Ultimate Invasion comic. Also, there was a section earlier in this issue that I kind of just like onced over where Doom mentioned everyone dying before. So my guess is that he's been playing with the Immortus engine behind everyone's back, which is why they said earlier when showing his name that he has a secret, which could, of course, could be how he brings Iron Lad back. Now, I know some of you might be saying, well, that Immortus engine is more probably about him being able to bring back Sue, Ben, and Johnny, but por qué no los dos? You know what I mean? Like, why not? Why can't he do both of them at the same time? I think that's definitely going to be a possibility here. Now, the fact that the Ultimates lost this made a lot of sense to me because they're untrained. They haven't even really gone on a full mission together as of yet. So by my opinion, they should have lost this matchup here. And I think it just ultimately shows just how strong Immortal Ultimate Hulk here is, in Iron Fist Hulk is in this Ultimate series. Listen, what did you think here about this issue? Leave it down below in the comments. Check out our playlist here over to the left to catch up on the series if you haven't done so far. Leave a like on this video for us guys here, please, so that this video can reach a wider audience. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also join our Discord if you haven't done so already as well. Appreciate you all watching, and until next time, thank you so much for kicking it with Keepin' It Comic. Bye.